The first step to moving out of your parents' house, stop buying Pokemon cards. That's like the first step. I don't know why people keep doing it. To be fair, I did buy these at a garage sale for like $2 each. But real talk, I learned that 52% of millennials are still living at home with their parents. And I'm not throwing shade at people who live with their parents. I did it for 7 years until I was able to move out. But really in the last 8 months was I able to grow enough of a side hustle income for me to really make the move that I've always wanted. So this is my story, and if you can get anything out of it so that you can deploy it in your own life, then take it for what you will. First, this video won't be some kind of secret way that you're gonna find some housing hack and afford rent for $500 or less. This is pretty much impossible, especially in a high cost of living area like Los Angeles, where I live. The second thing this won't be about is some kind of way that you can make money without investing your time or your money. This video is all about me just sharing my story about how I've saved and made enough money for me to move out of my parents' house. You'll also get an inside look on the exact side hustle and income source that I spend roughly around 10 to 15 hours a week doing, that not only allowed me to save up and move out, but that I still continue to do while I'm living here so that I can continue paying rent on a monthly basis. Alright, so let's get started with a little bit of literature, because what's a YouTube channel without me just telling my life story before I actually get into the good stuff? Bruh. So one of the things that I did that I think really gave me more peace of mind to make that move was that I saved enough money in cash for a full year of rent and utilities and all that stuff. So for Los Angeles, you know, you might be higher. In Iowa, it might be a lot less. Shout out to Iowa. But having some context on why you're saving that money really helped me just give me a goal that I could work on. And now it was just a matter of figuring out how I could save that money, earn that money on a monthly basis. That way you're not so restricted by, oh, I'm gonna move out in 10 months or 12 months or 2 years. You're more focused on what you need on a dollar figure amount, which is, to me, a much simpler goal to break down than timing, because timing is kind of unpredictable. For me, that looked like a reserve of $20,000 in the bank that I needed to save up in order to move out. And yeah, if you're wondering, that is my bed. I just put it up against my wall because this room is actually quite small. Now, once I figured out that that was the number that I needed to save up, which was frankly more than I've ever saved up in my entire life, the second part of the puzzle was now to figure out how I'm going to save up this money and earn this money on a monthly basis. And this is where I wanted to test a side hustle that I've been hearing about for a long time on the internet, and that is flipping or reselling items on eBay. Like I said, not glorious. But like I said, when you have a certain conviction that moving out is going to make you more productive, or it's going to give you a new breath of air in life, it's worth trying for at least a couple months. And that's the thing, whenever I pick something up, like a new hobby or a new side hustle or something that I'm exploring, I try to do it for at least 3 months. And after that, I'll make the decision to tell whether or not I should keep going. I remember my first time I was going to a garage sale on a Saturday morning. I told my parents that I was gonna drive 45 minutes away to go to this garage sale. And my whole family, including my sisters, were like, what? Like, why are you doing that? Like, are you sure that's even gonna be worth it? And they were just kind of trying to talk me out of the whole situation because they thought it was ridiculous that I would drive 30-40 minutes to go to a garage sale. And sure enough, I woke up at like 6 a.m., drove 30-40 minutes to another part of Los Angeles County, and I went to this garage sale where I found a bunch of camera equipment and computer parts that were pretty much new in box. I think I spent $60 at that garage sale and was able to flip everything for roughly $350. I probably profited about $250 to $275 after all the eBay fees and the cost for the actual materials. But yeah, that was enough for me to realize that, wow, this is an actual thing, and I needed to do it more because I thought I got lucky. And it was until then I realized that this wasn't just a one-off opportunity. There are opportunities everywhere when it comes to reselling, and that's the crazy thing about it. It's a business where you can go out there and just decide if you want to go buy stuff, and you don't really need much to start with. And the reason why I included the number of $500 in this title is because I think that gives you enough money to make some mistakes, because in the beginning you're going to make some bad purchases. You're probably going to buy something that doesn't sell, or you might buy something that they didn't tell you was maybe a little bit broken. There's going to be some kind of tuition that goes into learning a new skill, just like anything in life. But $500 should give you enough buffer for you to go through those lessons and have enough so that you can come back and make a profit. The art of selling stuff on eBay is kind of vast, and there are a lot of things that go into it that can help you sell quicker or buy better, but I think I'll make another video on that. But the second thing I want to talk about in this video is how moving out could actually buy you more than just the freedom or the privacy that you're looking for. And now I want to show you real quick the setup that I have. It's a little bit messy, but let me show you what I got. All right, luckily, my apartment has a connected garage here, and I'm able to fit a lot of my eBay stuff here. So here is the setup. When I first started, I was pretty much flipping in my own room, and it was really messy. It looked like a hoarder's house. And it was just really hard to manage because when you sleep and you flip in the same area, it's just very difficult. Ultimately, the second reason why I wanted to move out was so that I could have a dedicated space that I can move out and do my flipping business. So this is kind of the whole thing. So what this did was it gave me multiple reasons and benefits that moving out would give me. The first one was just an increase in productivity, getting more freedom, more privacy, pretty much being able to do whatever I want on my own terms. And the second one was just being able to have more space and be able to run this eBay business at a larger scale. So yeah, like I said, when I was in my room, it was really challenging just because storage is always an issue when you're shipping stuff and packing stuff away. When I was in my room, I just bought one of these racks, and I probably only had right around 9 of these storage bins. But since I've moved in here, I've been able to fit a lot more stuff. And now I have double the amount of storage area that I can use to go out and buy some items to flip. Of course, this apartment's unique in that I have a connected garage, but I think the point still stands. You're going to have more space, or at least a dedicated space, where you can flip items and increase your profits with the more storage space. So that's that. I mean, maybe I might make more content around, the operations part of this, but I think I just wanted to show you what I'm working with. I mean, I have a few tools in here that are really useful, like this light box. I have a thermal printer over there. I have a dedicated, like really cheap computer that I bought for like 50 bucks. So all these things kind of help with the overall operation. That's pretty much it. You don't really need all this stuff to get started. You could just use a regular printer to print out your shipping labels and send them out. So yeah, I pretty much put in, oh wow, this is a very echoey room. But yeah, I put in about maybe 15 hours a week or so doing this business, and it's able to pay my rent in entirety after all the eBay fees and all the costs to do so. So it's a pretty great side hustle in my opinion, and I can confirm that it actually is a viable way for you to go out and move out of your parents' house. Now the thing is that you're going to make mistakes, like I said, and it took me about 2 or 3 months for me to start really getting a trained eye for buying certain items. You also naturally cling to a niche where you're going to look for just electronics or just collectibles or just clothing or sneakers, whatever it is that you do know about, because you're going to be able to make a much faster flip or a more informed buying decision if you know about these items. And that kind of stuff takes time, It's not just something that happens overnight, but it will happen if you just stay consistent. So the last thing I'll leave you with is that garage sailing, going to flea markets and all that, it is foundational to learning business or entrepreneurship in general, which is another reason why I love it. You can go out there and you never know what you're going to find. You could go out there and spend $2 on a Pokemon box that resells for $200-300. So you just never know what you're going to find. Sometimes you find something that is a huge score, and other times it's just bread and butter stuff, things that you buy for $2 and you can flip for $20 or $30. Let me know in the comments if you are also trying to move out of your parents' house and where you are in that process. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe down below. And with that, have a wonderful day.